Now, all you loyal viewers out there know that on the show, we like to keep things light and fun and memorable, but there are always real-life consequences to any disaster.
And on that note, coming up next is a very important part of our show, One Piece of Advice. This is when we get to chat with someone about one piece of advice they would give from their experience living through a disaster or emergency. And now we are so lucky to have a special guest here with us, Lupe Catalan. Welcome, Lupe.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Chase, for having me here.
Well, thank you for lending your time to have this really important conversation with us about what individuals in areas that are going to be affected and have been affected by natural disasters can do to prepare themselves better and shed a light on what your experience has led you to.
Thank you. I think after my experience, after the 2017 fires that we had, as you all know, were devastating for a lot of people. And personally, I think I didn't have a lot of knowledge on the things that I needed to do to prepare myself and my family.
Was there a defining moment or something that you saw where you said, this is my call to action?
Yes, just seeing like the trees falling down, mudslides, driving, seeing the Russian River, how I was getting to that flooding stage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me driving, it was giving me that anxiety. And I was like, how can people in this community, how can they live like this? The families that I was working with are primarily Spanish speaking. So one thing that I kept hearing from them was pretty much like the lack of resources in their own language, like Spanish. And hearing from these families about, the need, especially when they had the flooding in 2019, that they had no one to talk to. Just knowing that I was there being bilingual and that I had to, in a way, find those resources for them, it was crucial for me because I could see and I could notice the anxiety that the storms were causing.
So, if you had one piece of advice to give somebody that might be in an area that could be affected by natural disaster, flood, wildfire, what would that piece of advice be?
Definitely get to know your neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
Get to know who's next to you. Find out if you're going to be able to reach out to them in a moment of emergency. And like I said, it could be only maybe 2-3 people around you, but just knowing who they are. Are you going to be able to call out to them if you need to, help with your children, help with animals, documents, anything? It's important that, once again, that we communicate with each other, and the most important, those that are close to us.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, you help me, I help you. And if you're my neighbor, I want to make sure that I'm going to be there for you.
Beautiful. Well, Lupe, I want to thank you so much for being here. It was incredibly powerful to hear about the work that you're doing and the stories that you've shared. We will be right back after these messages.